Hello, guys. It's another exciting episode of Name That Thing NG. My name is Odun Bakukufurola. On this episode, the first segment is the Name That Thing, where we get to name random things, no names of object or things. The other segment is the Saying It Right segment. Yeah, on this segment, we learn how to say words right, the correct way, how it is said versus how we should be said. All right, so we have a number of words to look at on this episode. The next episode is the regional variation, where we get to learn the pronunciation of word and the British way and the American way. Now, on this episode of Name That Thing NG, we're going to be learning tines, a graph, shoehorn, shaving brush, and filtrum. Have you heard these words before? Yes, if you have heard them before, then it serves as a revision to you. And if you have not, then it's a good time to learn them. Yeah, there is BASIL. How do we pronounce this word? BASIL, the British way and the American way. All right, on Saying It Right segment, you're going to be learning how to pronounce this word. WOMENPURSUE OPHTHALMOLOGYREMENERATION. How do you pronounce these words? On this episode, you're going to be learning how to say these words right. Stay tuned. All right, on this episode of Name That Thing, the first thing to be named on this episode is the time. Time, time, Tine. Time is a count noun, so we can say tines. Usually, a fork has four tines. A fork has four tines. Tine is one of the thin pointed parts on a fork. Tine is one of the thin pointed parts on a fork. The thin pointed part on a comb is also called tine. Tine. Now look at the picture on the screen. One of the tines is bent. One of the tines is bent. One of the fork's tines is bent. As we have in the example here, the tine is one of the thin pointed parts on a fork. Tine, tine, tine. Thank you. All right, still on the Name That Thing segment. The next thing to be named is this thing, as you can see on your screen. All right, so what do you think this is called? This is a small wire netting used to hold down the cork of a wine bottle. Yes, it's an iron fastening used to hold in place the cork of a bottle containing effervescing drink like wine, right? Okay, so what do you think this is called? Yes, it has a name. Most definitely, it has a name. What do you think it is called? 1, 2, 3. Revealing. Yeah, it is called a graph. A graph. A graph. A graph. Yeah, it is a noun. A graph. A metal clip used to secure the cork in a bottle of wine. A graph. A graph. A graph. Yeah, it has a name. A graph. And that is what we'll do on Name That Thing. A graph. Next on Name That Thing is to name this thing. Look at this carefully. Take a closer look. What do you think this is? What do you think this is? This thing is used to slide easily the heels of your feet into your shoes. What is it called? It's good to know that this is called the shoehorn. Shoehorn. Shoehorn is a curved device that you use to slide the heel of your foot into a shoe. Example, use the shoehorn to put the shoes on. Shoehorn, shoehorn, shoehorn. All right, stay tuned for the next one. This is another interesting one. This thing on your screen, as we all know, it is a brush, a kind of brush, right? Yes, in this part of the world, we use this brush, yes, this exact brush, to apply polish on our shoes, bags, or what have you. But is it really meant for applying polish? What exactly is it called? We're going to learn that today on Name That Thing. Right. This brush is called shaving brush. Shaving brush. A shaving brush or barber brush is a small handheld brush used to apply shaving soap or cream to your face before shaving. The shaving brush can be used to apply polish on shoes. Yes, that is what we use it for over here. The shaving brush can be used to apply polish on shoes. That is as an example in a sentence, right? But this brush is called shaving brush. Next on is the name of this part of the face. This part of the face that is just below the nose and just above the upper lip. What is it called? The part of the face that looks a bit hollow. That part where the arrow is pointed. What is it called? What is it called? We're going to learn what it is called on this episode of Name That Thing. I told you everything has a name. What is this called? It is called philtrum. Philtrum. Philtrum is the vertical indentation in the middle area of the upper lip. Philtrum. A philtrum is more pronounced than a brothers. Philtrum. Okay, welcome to the regional variation segment of the Name That Thing NG. On today's episode, we're going to be learning how to pronounce BASIL, the British way and the American way. All right, British English, say basil, basil. American English, say basil, basil, basil. British English, basil, basil. American English, basil, basil. Not basil, never basil. It's either you say basil or basil. See you. All right, the next segment on the Name That Thing NG is the Saying It Right segment. And the first word today is expatiate, 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 not expatiate. The root word is not from expand. Yes, it means to expand or write or talk at length or in detail or to move about freely is expatiate, expatiate. Next word is women, women. The plural form of woman, women, is pronounced women, women. All right, about this word, remuneration, remuneration, remuneration. I used to call this remuneration. I don't know where I got that from, and I know a lot of people too call it remuneration. But on saying it right, we are saying that it is remuneration, remuneration. Next on saying it right is ophthalmology, 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 ophthalmology. I don't know where we get the ophthalmology from. Ophthalmology, that is the common thing we say, but it is ophthalmology. The next word and the last word on this episode of Name That Thing NG on Saying It Right segment is PURSUE, 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 never pursue. Don't say pursue, it's pursue.